Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the managing director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing the public charge rule. For those who are unaware, this is a rule regarding a sponsor's ability to support an immigrant to the United States. We're going to talk about this kind of more from the context of fiancé and marriage visas, but I'm going to be quoting from an executive order signed by newly inaugurated President Biden. Executive order on restoring faith in our legal immigration systems and strengthening integration and inclusion efforts for new Americans. Quoting directly, and this is from whitehouse.gov, from Section 4, immediate review of agency actions on public charge inadmissibility. The Secretary of State, the Attorney General, the Secretary of Homeland Security, and the heads of other relevant agencies as appropriate shall review all agency actions related to implementation of the public charge ground of inadmissibility in Section 212A4 of the Immigration Nationality Act and the related grounds of deportability in Section 237A5 of the INA, 8 U.S.C. 1227A5. They shall, in considering the effects and implications of public charge policies, consult with the heads of relevant agencies, including the Secretary of Agriculture, Secretary of Health and Human Services, and the Secretary of Housing and Urban Development. The review should consider and evaluate the current effects of these agency actions and the implications of their continued implementation in light of the policies set forth in Section 1 of this order. We'll get to that in a minute. Identify appropriate agency actions, if any, to address the concerns about the current public health charge policies' effect on the integrity of the nation's immigration system and public health, and recommend steps that relevant agencies should take to clearly communicate current public charge policies and propose changes, if any, to reduce fear and confusion among impacted communities. Within 60 days of the date of this order, the Secretary of State, Attorney General, and Secretary of Homeland Security shall each submit a report to the President describing any agency actions identified pursuant to subsection A2 of this section and any steps their agencies intend to take or have taken consistent with subsection A3 of this section. So they quote and they go into the sort of the preamble, if you will, of this overall order, which basically said, and I'm definitely paraphrasing, we need to do a reassessment of everything basically that's happened in the last 4 years and take note and try to basically make policies, for lack of a better term, that are sort of more fair and equitable to intending immigrants. And again, I'm greatly paraphrasing that, and I don't mean to. It's mostly for expedience so that we can, make this video, a little bit more easy to digest. But long story short, the effect of this is they want to review the public charge rule. And the public charge rule got changed by the last administration. And frankly, the thresholds were raised tremendously. We definitely saw this in a lot of adjustment cases that our clients were involved in after they got their K-1s back to the United States. As a practical matter, embassies have not been as affected by this as DHS has been, but there has been an impact, and it has not been a particularly favorable one for prospective immigrants. In fact, I'd say quite the opposite. And the thing to take away from this video is I think a review of this rule is very, very good news. One nice thing, nice isn't the right word, but one upshot of COVID-19, or the response thereto, I should say, is at least out here, we didn't see a lot of implementation of the old, if you want to call it the newly implemented by the Trump administration public charge rule, because there just simply weren't that many cases processing through, and the ones that were sort of grandfathered in under the old rules. So the point of this video is it looks like they're reviewing this. I don't think this is going to happen overnight, but I'm hoping we will see some substantially positive changes to the public charge rule that will hopefully be more favorable to intending immigrants to the United States.